I don't even know. I think I look really pretty today, and I just wanted to be really pretty on camera. Because I've been feeling so sick. I don't know if you can tell my voice is not usually like this. Ah! Actually in the middle of making iced tea. So, if you like iced tea, what's up? So, I think it's important to talk about butts. Because I don't really have a lot of a butt. Like, it's a butt, but it's not like a papow. Not everybody has a papow. You know, if you're black, if you're of color, people expect you to have a butt. Even white girls now, the woodies, man. White girls are totally being targeted to have butts now. And it's cool to have a flat app, but I just have a flat ass. I'm okay with it though. I'm really okay with it. I'm not the most shapely individual, but I love my body and I'm happy and I don't feel like I have to look like anybody else. I don't know, but I love to dress up. And I think that's another thing. Girls can dress up if they want to. Boys can dress up if they want to. People can dress up if they want to. Anybody can dress up if they want to. If your belly shows through your dress, who cares? It's your belly. This is what I wore to my party, and I didn't take any pictures, so I feel kind of like, right, I didn't take any pictures of my fucking party. Merp. Merp. I'm like the worst. I'm like the fucking worst. Hello. Actually. Ooh. Hi. So yeah, so what's up? How are you? So I have to say that I'm in like a much better place than I was, but I'm making my iced tea right now. I kind of want to talk about my relationship without my partner because it's like not just about our relationship, it's let me explain. So before I moved to California, I was sleeping with women, not dating women, and I was pretty sure that I would never want to date a woman for real, for real. You know what I mean? Like, outside of, like, casual hanging out, I was pretty sure that I never wanted a girlfriend. But, honestly, it's kind of the shit. I can't lie. It's like, when you date a boy, like, I always felt like when I dated cisgendered males, just treat me in a way that was normal because they felt like they were the man and I was the woman, and that's that. And in my new role, I'm myself and I am whatever the fuck I want to be. And if I want to be sweet and I want to make dinner and want to be domestic, I can. And if I want to be really introverted and like be left alone, I can do that too. I don't know, I guess I'm not trying to figure out my sexuality. I'm just enjoying myself right now, and I'm enjoying someone else who's enjoying someone else. And I guess like that's what I want to talk about, the poly aspect of my relationship, because I find myself, I don't think I'm poly, but I do miss certain aspects of heterosexual life. I do miss the assumed gender roles that we have because of comfort, not because of need, because of familiarity. And I'm used to someone caring about me and making me feel inferior in a way that isn't inferior to me. It's a way of, you know, dominance and maybe submission. I guess I'm used to a man making me feel sort of childlike, sort of, you know, more important than himself. And that's fucking crazy, because you can't expect to be in a relationship and expect someone to do more for you and you to do less for them, and that's how the shit works. Like, that's fucking insane. But I found myself in a million of those relationships whenever I dated men, because like it's just something about, you know, me giving my power up and like willingly, to be honest, willingly, because I just didn't want to have to deal emotionally, you know, with trying to break down the bullshit learned by society, learned by their parents, and all this other shit. I don't know. I didn't really want to talk about men that I dated. I just wanted to talk about how hard it can be to be in a poly relationship. And like, you're not even fucking poly. Like, like, I don't want this to come off like I'm complaining. Like, I don't want this to come off like I'm not happy. I don't want this to come off like anything other than just me making a video to kind of give you guys an insight on something that I think is like really interesting. Like, there's times where like it's the three of us and it feels like we're just a bunch of like cool friends, and then there's times where it's like two of us pairing off, and I can't lie, like sometimes it gets lonely, like sometimes it gets like kind of sad, because it's like I'm just so used to, in my hetero, you know, one-on-one relationships, being like the focus and kind of being spoiled and like kind of being the main person. And now it's like my partner, who is in the middle of two partners, is most definitely the main person. I just feel like player two. You know what I mean? And it's just it's hard. It's hard to get over it, because it's not like I want to get over it. I want to understand what is the problem that I have with not being doted on. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like being nice to someone, you know, doing sweet things. I mean like I really enjoy like someone going out of their way and just spoiling me, and like that's something I really enjoy, and something that I've come to realize that I really like to have in a relationship. And I think like that's a big reason why a lot of my relationships don't work, is because I want unrealistic things. But like, how do you tell yourself what you want is unrealistic when you had it? You know, like how do you tell yourself that something that you want, that you've had, that you can't have? And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I know if I were to introduce a man into this relationship that I'm already having, you know, if I were to purport that I was poly, it wouldn't even work out, because I don't want to. Then again, the more I think about it, I don't know, because I guess I was thinking about it like, you know, in my relationship with Christian, like, our relationship is obviously a main relationship to me. And to her, her main relationship with Adam is a main relationship because they've been together for longer than me and her. And I understand that, and I'm not jealous of that at all. I guess I just want to have a main and not feel like player two, but like there's no way for me to not feel like player two if I keep on making the poly seem like a threesome, and it's not. Like, that's the hardest part about it, is like you have to realize that like your partner's partner is like, can be your friend, can be cool with you, but like they're not your partner, they're not involved. So it's like you keep them in mind to a point, but then like when you're kind of like all fucked up, you're just like, and then them, and like you include them in like your negative feelings. And that's not something I want to do, because I really think Adam's awesome. My biggest issue with the poly setup is just that sometimes I just feel left out, but I guess it's because I'm new and I'm trying to like kind of worm my way into a routine with someone that already has a routine. So it's like, it's so much more than a normal relationship, because you're kind of like, in a normal relationship, in a relationship where there's two people, it's two people. It's two people, you know? It's like, I never thought about it before, but two people in a relationship is already fucking hard, you know? So adding that third person is crazy. So like whenever I see them like having like issues or something, it kind of like freaks me out a little bit, because it's like, you know, if they break up, what happens then? You know, because I can't lie to you. I'm selfish. I'm very, very selfish. I don't know if you've gotten that from anything that I've said, but I'm very selfish in relationships, and I demand so much and I want so much that in a way it's kind of awesome that I'm not the main relationship. The thing that makes me like really happy about that is the fact that I do get downtime. Like right now they're out hiking. Like that's awesome. Like I have a girlfriend, but she's doing other shit. And I feel like a lot of times you're in a relationship with someone, you might even love them, you might even think they're fucking great, like, or maybe not, but like you might even be like super happy, but like you just don't have space, you just don't have time. And I know, like, it's hard, people are fucking broke out here, it's hard to have your own space, like it's expensive to have your own space. And I will not take that for granted. I will not take like the fact that I've been here for hours by myself and able to just, you know, make videos and like recharge and like get my own thing together. And that's why, like, I hate when I call it, like, I hate when I say it's not a normal relationship, because it's just not normal because it's new. It's just not normal because it's not familiar to me. But it's exciting to be in a relationship like this, because it kind of lets me really explore myself without feeling, like, really pressured. I feel like a lot of relationships, you know, I got into, you know, I just felt like, you know, it's hard. It's hard to explain, but for a long time, like, I just was, like, going through motions, you know? I know that I have feelings for women. I know that I have feelings for men. I know that I have feelings for people in general. You know, I'll see someone, I'll meet someone, and, like, I just didn't want to deal with my sexuality. And I think a lot of people, you know, they might gay bash, or they might say fucked up things about people who are gay, lesbian, you know, whatever the fuck you are, whatever you identify as, queer, you know, anything under the LGBTQ star, asterisk, whatever it is that you identify as. I feel like it's a lot easier to cope and pretend like you're hetero and, you know, just assume gender roles of boyfriend, girlfriend. And for a long time, I just felt like that's what I was doing. I never felt like I really, like, cared, or it ever mattered to me. And now, like, my relationship with my girlfriend is, like, it's so emotional. Like, I just feel like I'm here. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of times in a relationship, I feel like I'm not here, or I wasn't there, and I just wasn't in it all the way. And in this situation, I realize it's because emotionally, I cannot get close to men. Emotionally, I cannot unload. And I don't know what it is. I think it's a lot of times, a lot of the men that I've dated, and I'm not saying this for all men, but a lot of the men that I've dated, they just weren't in a place where they could receive someone who could unload. You know what I mean? That's what I meant about, like, you don't realize how many bags you're carrying until someone asks you to sit down. A lot of times in my relationships, I felt like I was standing up. I felt like I was just doing this to do this, just dating to date, and being in a relationship with a man because I wanted to be in a relationship, period. I just didn't want to be myself. And then I got really attached to the fact that, you know, I wasn't seeing this person as my boyfriend. I was seeing them as, like, protector, as, you know, wallet, as fucking teacher, as fixer, as so many other things, but person that I was caring for, person that I was with, person that I wanted to be with. And I still find myself attracted to men. I still find myself wanting some dick. But at the end of the fucking day, the fact of the matter is, I can have a conversation with this woman and I love it. And it's more than I ever thought it would be. Like, I can't even explain. But, like, it's so different, but it's so good. For a long time, I just felt like an imposter, you know? Like, I was dating men, kissing men, whatever. And, like, I don't hate men. I don't hate men. I don't hate men. I just know for myself that it doesn't go beyond sexuality. And a lot of times, my sexual feelings towards a man has nothing to do with how I feel emotionally about him, how I feel mentally, physically. No, that's not true. Physically, I obviously have to want to have sex with you to have sex with you. But a lot of times, the want to have sex with someone comes from, like, emotional shit that you guys have been through, conversations you've had. And I just find myself being super aware of the fact that I'm really, really, really good at playing the fool. Like, I'm really, really, really good at just being like, okay, I will hang out with you and we'll see where it goes. And I will let people just treat me like not good. I will let people treat me like I'm not worthy of respect, like common shit. And a lot of times, it's men that are treating me like this. And I let them because of what? Because deep down inside of me somewhere, I felt like, I think a lot of us feel sometimes that if you're not dating a guy, then who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing? Nobody likes you. It's like so fucked up how starved we are for male attention that like a lot of times we'll just ignore the fact that like we don't fucking want it. I've come into contact with men and they just didn't know how to treat me. And I was like okay with that because I just didn't want to be gay. Like I just didn't want to be out. And so I took a lot of abuse. I took a lot of bullshit from men just because I just thought that was what I was supposed to be doing, you know? I thought I was supposed to be dating men. And it's funny because, like, I never could see myself getting married. I could never see myself having children. But I kept telling myself, like, oh, I'm dating guys, you know? But I really don't fucking want to date guys anymore. And, I mean, I don't want to say I don't want to date guys ever, but I'm just saying, like, for right now, like, I'm bugging out because the woman that I've met is like a genius and she's like super like in touch with her feelings and she's like super in tune with her sexuality, and it's like that's what the fuck I want. Like I want someone who knows themselves, like who knows what the fuck they like. I feel like a lot of times, like I said, a lot of people are so scared to like experiment and step outside of the box that they have been living in, that they've been stunting in, that they won't take a second to figure out what the fuck they like. And I know a lot of people hit me up like, oh my god, I think I might be bi, I might be bisexual, I might be queer, I might be trans, I might be all this stuff. And do you think these people know that right off the bat? Not all the time. A lot of times, I mean, like I've known for a long time, but it's like, I think we cope a lot. We fucking don't recognize a lot what we feel and how we feel. But I just wanted to take a step back. This is the new year. This is the new me. It's not really the new me. Is it the new me? I feel new. But I want to do a video every day. I want to talk every day. I want to touch base every day and just get here and just like, you know, talk and just feel like energized. So thanks for watching.